will be print from the main program, not from the definition of that particular program. Here we can see that the printf give two integer numbers. In the printf sections we have defined printing the give two integer numbers. Then in scanf we have defined the values of I and j. We can insert any value of I and j. Suppose for I we are inserting 20 and for j we are inserting 30. Then ans equals to sum of I and j. Then what the sum ij stands here? This is a particular call. When the compiler go towards that call, it will print that to the particular definition. And what is the definition? Void sum int a comma b, that is same as the declaration. Int c return a plus b. What it is returning? It is returning a plus b. We are not using c here. That is very important. When we goes to the our last section, we had discussed then when it is returning a plus b, the a plus b return from the function sum I comma j, and it will assign to the answer. Then in that program, sum of modulus I and modulus d and modulus d, that is for I and j, we had used 20 and 30 using functions equals to modulus d, that is 20 plus 30 equals to 50. Then for I, j and we are printing ans. Then what happens in the next that return a plus b will return a particular value. What will be the output? The output will be 20 plus 30 equals to 50. So what the important we had seen here, we are printing the values from the main function, not from the definition of functions. When we talk about function with no return type, we have to print that values from the definition of that particular function. Another example, it is a very important example and it is very interesting also. We can see that what I had used, we are in the earlier section or in the last lectures I had explained about the statements, and in statements I had mentioned one program very seriously or very describing manner, that we have to find the maximum values among the three numbers. We have included 1, 2, 3, and we have to find out the particular maximum numbers between 1, 2 and the third number. Then same program I am using with a function. Then integer I, j, k, the three actual parameters used for defining the three values, and integer answer. Answer is ans. Ans can be used to print the values. Then character, we are using character ch. This is a very important feature which I would include in that program. Character ch with a particular value equals to y. What y is for? Stands for yes. Then in the next section, what I had done, while ch equals to y, while the value of ch equals to y, when the value of character equals to y, then the loop enters. In the printf, what we can do, give three integer numbers. Scanf, by inputting the values I, j and k, the answer equals to max I, j, k. There is a call here. What is the call? Returning any value, then a function with arguments and returns any type of values. Then what we had done, when the compiler goes to the max I, j and k, it will go for a call, and in that particular call, what I had defined, int max, that is the definition, int a, b, c. A, b, c are the formal parameters which are defined in the functions. Okay, then I, j, k equals to a, b and c. When we are passing any values of I, j and k, it will pass towards a, b and c. Then we have defined int large. If the large value is equals to a, then it will print that particular value. If b is greater than the large value, that is a, then it will print large equals to b. Then if c is greater than large, it will print the value large equals to c, and it is returning large. Then the large will return to a particular program, and in that particular program, what we had seen, that ans equals to max I, j and k. If our a is large, then it will print the value of I that is assigned to a is the largest value. Then printf the largest of modulus d and modulus d, that is for I, j and k, equals to modulus d, that is a and s, then we can print that particular values. After that, f flush stdin, that is standard input f flush. F flush means the file flush is a function which is defined to clear the input buffer. Then we can we can print do you want to continue, we can type y or n for the character values, and we can scanf that particular value to enter the particular choice. So in the short, I can define the output, give the three integer numbers. We are having 20, 30 and 50. What is the largest one? Obviously 50 here is the largest one. Then the largest of 20, 30 and 50 equals to 50. If we print do you want to continue, if we print no or yes, if we print no, it will exit from the loop. If we want to print y, yes, then we can re-enter by flushing all these values of I equals to 20, j equals to 30 and k equals to 50. We can flush all these values and we can reassign the values to I, j and k, that is 30, 10, 20. Now the largest will become 30, not the C largest one. Then the largest of 30, 10 and 20 equals to 30. And if we are printing do you want to continue, next time if we print no, our program will exit from that particular loop. Next, the scope of variables. We are having two scope of variables, that is the local variables and the global variables. Local variables are defined in a particular braces of a program. If we can say that the function which is having a particular variable, we can define these particular variables into the particular function, and these functions are called as local variables. Global variables can be accessed anywhere from the programs. The variables which are declared outside of any function, that is all the functions in the program can share the variables, are called global variables. We are having a program, then write a C program to get the output of the following type: 1 plus x square plus x cube plus x to the power 4 plus and so on up to the x to the power n, and are the particular types of values, integer values we are having. Then here is the program, hash include studio.h, hash include conio.h. We have defined long integer sum equals to 1 with a term. Then the global variables are the long integers sum equals to 1 and the term. We have defined the integer particular constant value of sum as well as a particular variable term. These are the global variables because it is defined before the main program and it can be accessed anywhere in the program. Then we have defined void, call, term, integer x and integer y. It is a program to print a particular series. Then we have to use a loop. Then in that call term function we had used the definition of function, that we had used integer I, term equals to 1. For I we are defining the for loop, and if we are initializing I equals to 1, I is less than equals to y, I plus plus, then we are defining the increment section. Then term equals to term into I. What happens here, the I will starts from 1 to particular value of y. What is the particular value of y? We had already defined in the call term function variables, that is int x and int y. In that particular y, if y equals to 4, then my loop will execute from 1 up to 4. Okay, that is I is less than equals to y. It should be equals to y. Then my condition will be true up to 1, 2, 3, 4. And next statement is term equals to term into I. It will multiply that particular section with a particular loop. If for example we are having term equals to 1, then in the starting section term equals to 1 into 1. 1 into 1 means 1. Then the value of term will be remain 1. In the second time, what happens? I equals to 2 and I plus plus. Then I equals to 2. Then 1 equals to 2. Then 2 into 2, 4. so that it will print particular values up to when the loop will execute. The next section we are having another function, that is void series. In that series we are defining int x and int n. We are defining two integer values, that is x and n, and in that particular we are defining the local variables, that is int I. Then we are defining for I equals to 2, I is less than equals to n, I plus plus. Suppose we have to defining in that program, we have to defining x to the power n. Then here we provides the section of n, that is the power section. In that power section, suppose we are we have to defining 4, n equals to 4, then the loop will execute from 2 to 4, 2 3 4. Okay, then call term, the call of function is there. When the call of function is there, it will print as well as it will multiply, and as well as it will add to the sum section. Sum section will define sum equals to sum plus term, and it in the next point we are defining printf answer, that particular answer of it, and we can print that function's answer here. Then the main program can define the value of x and n. From here the value actual parameters values can be transferred to the function. Then clear screen, printf give value of x and n, scanf modulus d, address of x, address of n, series x comma n. When the series function is called, it will print a particular type of series, that is sum equals to sum into sum plus term. Then what output we will get? Suppose 2 raised to power 4, then it will print a particular series, that is 1 plus 2 raised to power 2 plus 2 raised to power 3 plus 2 raised to power 4, because the n value is 4, the x value is 2. Then the series output will be, after adding all these values, we will get the answer, that is equals to 29. So we can print the multiple values by using these type of functions with a particular return value type. The next section includes parameter passing to functions. We are having two types of parameter passing. We have to pass by using call by value, and the next is call by reference. By using call by value, we can pass a particular values from the main program to the corresponding definition of program. By passing the call by value, we can define a particular value in the main program, and we can pass it to the reference to the definition of program. Then by using call by reference, we can define the particular address of that program, nor by defining a particular value. Then in the next sections we include that particular functions. Then call by values, hash include studio.h, hash include conio.h. Then we had used a particular method or function, that is void exch. Exch is used for exchange, int a, int b. Then int temp we are using in the curly braces, int temp, then temp equals to a, temporary value we are defining, and what we are doing, we are defining a particular operation of exchange. Then int temp, temp equals to a equals to b, and b equals to temp. Suppose we have defined a particular value of a, then we are putting that particular value into the temp values, and in the temp values, the temporary values, what we are exchanging the value of a and b. Suppose a equals to 2 and b equals to 3, then we are putting 2 into the temp values, and we are assigning a equals to b. Now the value of a equals to 3 and the temp value equals to 2. As well as the same type, we are defining the temp values to a, we are assigning the temp value to b. That's it. So the 2 will placed into the b section, and the 3 will placed onto the a section. What we had defined earlier, a equals to 2 and b equals to 3. But in this by using this type of temporary method, then we can exchange both values of a and b. Now the a becomes 3 and b becomes 2. In the printf, we can print that particular section is to be printed inside the functions, then a equals to modulus d, b equals to modulus d, a and b. Now in that particular type we can define the values of a and b and we can print that values. Then in the main program what happens, the actual parameters int x and y, clear screen, then printf enter value of x and y, scanf modulus d, address of x and address of y. Then we are calling that particular function, that is exchange exch x comma y. Then when the function is called x comma y, it will respond to the definition of exchange, and in that exchange definition what we had done, temp equals to a equals to b and b equals to temp. We had already exchanged the value, and if we are defining 2 and 3 from here, it will go to that particular program and it will swap the particular values from a to b and give the particular answer by swapping it. We are printing from the main function, from the particular definition of function, not from the main function. Then printing from the main function, and if we are printing from the main function, what we will get, int the value of x equals to modulus d and y equals to modulus d. That means the value, exchange value we will get, and what the output we will get here, if we are entering 3 and 5, then printing from inside exch function, that is the exchange or the swapping function, then the value of a equals to 3, b equals to 5 will exchange, will be swapped, and it will print as a equals to 5 and b equals to 3. And if we are printing from the main functions, the values here is not exchange, it is exchange on from the main from the particular exchange functions, not from the main functions. So the value remains same in that particular main function, that is x equals to 3 and y equals to 5, as we had assigned it in the before section. In the call by reference, what here we used a particular reference, we used a particular address, and by assigning a particular address, the particular address is changed. In that matter we used a pointer. First of all, I want to give a brief description about the pointer. What is a pointer is actually? Pointer is a C defined structure which can point to a particular values, and if it is pointing to a particular value, the address of that particular value respond towards it. So in that particular methods we have defined void exchange int pointer of a and the pointer